Hi, welcome to the CrafteeManatee. Today I'm going to be showing you how to knit this Colorwork heart print headband. This heart print headband is one of my most popular knit colorwork patterns. It's made up of all of these little hearts offsetting each other. It's perfect for the Valentine's season or really any time of year. You can customize the colors easily to make it any color you want, or stick with the pink and the white to make it very Valentine's Day themed. This is also a pretty beginner-friendly knit colorwork pattern, but it does assume that you know the basics of knitting stranded colorwork. So it's not a full tutorial on how to do stranded colorwork. I do have a quick stranded colorwork basic video that I will link right here, so you can go and watch that for a quick refresher or just to get the idea. And then you can come back to this one and I'll walk you through all of the color changes along the way of when to knit each color. Before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more knit and crochet patterns and tutorials. And share this video with a friend who you think would enjoy learning how to knit this colorwork heart print headband. Here are the materials that you're going to need for today's video. First, we're going to need about 130 yards or 70 grams of off-white worsted weight yarn. And we'll also need about 45 yards or 24 grams of worsted weight yarn in this pink kind of mauve color. Or you can pick any color like I mentioned in the beginning. We'll also be using 5.5 millimeter knitting needles, circular knitting needles to be specific. We'll need the cable to use the magic loop method, or you can also use double pointed knitting needles, just whatever your preferred method for knitting in the round. And like I mentioned, I'm using 5.5 millimeter. It's a size up from what my yarn recommends because I just find that knitting with the stranded colorwork method can keep tension pretty tight. So if you up your needle size, it can help with that. We're also going to be needing scissors and a tapestry needle for tucking in yarn tails at the very end. To get started, we are going to cast on 48 stitches in our off-white yarn. So you can use whatever cast on method you would like, but just go ahead and cast on 48 stitches, and I will meet you back here once we have all of those stitches cast on. Since I'm using the magic loop method, I've gone ahead and split my stitches onto the two needles. So I just split them in half with 24 on the front and 24 on the back. And I'm going to go ahead and join them in the round. And all we do for that is just work a knit stitch. So we're going to work our first round of the repeat pattern. So this is a 14 round repeat. I'll work the first 14 rounds here with you. That way you can see step by step how to work the heart pattern. And then you're going to repeat it several more times after that. So the first round is simply a plain white round. So no color work this round. We are simply going to knit every single stitch all the way around using our off-white yarn. So I will meet you back here once you have done that, and we'll get started on our first color work round of our headband. For the second round, we are going to knit 4 stitches in off-white. So we will knit 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we are going to get our second color, which is this mauve color. So we are going to attach this pink by working the next stitch. And now we have two colors that we are working at the same time. So I'm going to just take a moment to get them situated. And then we will continue by working 7 stitches in the off-white. And this is a rather long section of white, so we can go ahead and trap the pink yarn to help manage float. So I'm going to just twist it like that. And we're at 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we will work 1 pink. I'm going to make sure to tug that a little bit to make sure it's laying flat in the back. Work 1 pink. And then we're going to work 7 off-white again. We're at 3. I'm going to trap that pink yarn for 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we will work 1 pink. I'm going to give it a little tug before we work it though to make sure it's laying flat from catching our floats. 1 pink, and then we will work 3 white. And now you will repeat that on the other side of working 4 white, 1 pink, 7 white, 1 pink, 7 white, 1 pink, and 3 white. So I'll meet you back here at the end of this round and we'll move on to the third round. For the next round, we are going to work 3 white, and then 3 pink, and then we will work 5 white, and then 3 pink, and 5 white, and 3 pink, and then we will work 2 white, and that will be the end of this section. So go ahead and repeat that for our second side, working 3 white, 3 pink, 5 white, 3 pink, 5 white, 3 pink, and 2 white. So I will meet you back here for our next round after we've worked that next repeat. For our next round, we are going to work 2 white, and then 5 pink, and now 3 white, and 5 pink again. It should be starting to make sense that this is lining up to make a heart. If it's not yet, it will on our next repeat for sure. So we have our 5 pink, and then 3 white, and 5 pink again. And we'll end with 1 white. And so we'll go ahead and do that again for our second repeat of this for this round. We have our 2 white, 5 pink, 3 white, 5 pink, 3 white, 5 pink, and 1 white. So go ahead and repeat that, and I'll meet you back here for our next round. This next round is going to complete the tops of our first row of hearts, and then we're going to work some plain rows before we get to our next set that kind of sits offset to this one. So now the hearts should really be taking effect, and it's starting to make sense where to place stitches. But we're going to go ahead and work 2 stitches in white, and now 2 pink. There we go. And 1 white. And 2 pink. And you can see that that is really creating a heart shape right there. So now we're going to knit 3 white. And then 2 pink. 1 white, and 2 pink again to complete this next heart. And then we'll work 3 white, and 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, and finish with 1 white. And now you'll go ahead and repeat this just like we've been doing one more time. And this is 2 white, 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, 3 white, 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, 3 white, 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, and 1 white. So go ahead and continue that around, and I'll meet you back here for our next round. And now the next 3 rounds are just plain white rounds. So we can drop the pink yarn for a few rounds, but don't cut it off because we'll just use the same one without rejoining a new pink strand. But we will just work 3 rounds in this off-white yarn, and I'll meet you back here once those are done to work on the next row of hearts that will sit in between the ones that we just worked. Now that we have finished those 3 rounds in off-white, we can start working on our second row of hearts that will sit in between these hearts that we've made. So we're going to get started by working 1 pink stitch here. So our first stitch will be pink. And then we are going to work 7 white stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to catch the pink yarn here for 5, 6, and 7. And so then here we can go ahead and work another pink stitch. This is lining up those hearts in between the ones we already have. And we're going to work 7 white stitches again. And then 1 pink. And we are going to finish with 7 white stitches. So go ahead and repeat what we just did one more time, working 1 pink, 7 white, 1 pink, 7 white, 1 pink, and ending in 7 white. And I'll meet you back here for our next round. For the next round, we are going to start by working 2 pink stitches. And then we will work 5 white stitches. And then 3 pink. So this is lining up exactly how we did the other hearts. 3 pink. And then we will work 5, to fix what I just did there. And then we're going to work 5 white. And 3 pink. And then 5 white. And we will end with 1 pink. So go ahead and repeat what we just did. The 2 pink, 5 white, 3 pink, 5 white, 3 pink, 5 white, and 1 pink. Repeat all of that one more time, and we'll move on to our next round. For the next round, we are going to work 3 pink stitches. And then 3 white stitches. Sorry, the way my cord is bending right now. That is the downside of the magic loop method, but I still like it better personally than DPNs. So now we're going to go ahead and work 5 pink. And then 3 white. And 5 pink again. And 3 white. And we are going to end with 2 pink. So we'll go ahead and repeat that one more time with the 3 pink, 3 white, 5 pink, 3 white, 5 pink, 3 white, and then ending in 2 pink. And I will meet you back here for the next round, which is the last round of our color work before we move on to some more plain rows. For the next round, we are going to work 1 white stitch, and then 2 pink, and then 3 white, and now we will work 2 pink, 1 white, and then 2 pink, And now 3 white, 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, and then 3 white, and end with 2 pink. And so that will be what we repeat one more time of the 1 white, 2 pink, 3 white, 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, 3 white, 2 pink, 1 white, 2 pink, 3 white, and ending in 2 pink. So go ahead and work that one more time, and I'll meet you back here to explain the next 2 rounds, and that will finish up our first set of our repeat. And now the next 2 rounds are just plain white rounds. So go ahead and just knit in our white yarn all the way around for 2 rounds, and I will meet you back here once we are done with those 2 plain white rounds. And now our first repeat section is complete. So go ahead and work this repeat section 6 more times for a total of 7 of these sections along the way, or until you reach the desired length of your headband. So if you want to make it longer, you certainly can, or shorter, it's easy to just leave off some of these repeat sections. So I will meet you back here after you have worked 6 more of these sections and after you have used the white yarn to bind off your stitches. You can also sew up the ends like I have here. So this is the finished headbands that we will be sewing together in our next step, but you can go ahead and sew these edges together, and that's going to make it easier for our next step. So you can just sew this end together with our white yarn and then do the same for the opposite side. And I'll meet you back here after you have done that to create the twist. Creating the twist is simple. All we're going to do is lay out our headband like this and then fold it in half long ways. So we are folding it in half at each end, long ways. And then we are going to bring those ends towards each other. So it's okay if the center part opens up, that's what we want. We just want to make sure that these ends are staying together. So we're going to bring those 2 sides together and fit them together like a puzzle piece. So we're going to go every other. So we have one side here, and then it switches to the side from the right, and it goes back and forth. So they fit together just like this. And then we are going to take a separate strand of our off-white yarn. You could also leave a long yarn tail at the end and use that to sew it up. But in my case, I'm just going to use this separate strand of yarn. It's totally fine. And we are going to pull that through and sew the 2 sides together. And you want to make sure that you are getting your needle through all 4 layers. So you want to make sure you get this first layer, and then the second, and third, and fourth, with every single stitch. So you're going to just continue doing that, inserting through all 4, and you want to work back and forth a couple of times. So I will probably do 2 or 3 times back and forth, just until you feel like it is secure. And I'll meet you back here once you feel like it's secure. And once you feel like it is secure, you can go ahead and hide your yarn tails down in between the 2 layers of fabric. So I'm just going to pull that out here and cut off our yarn. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this other yarn tail here. And now you can go ahead and just flip your headband around, and you have created a nice twist here in the middle. And this is our finished heart print headband. I hope you enjoyed today's video learning how to knit your own heart print headband. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more crochet patterns and tutorials. You can also find all of my patterns on Ravelry, Rippler, and Etsy. Thanks for watching. Bye.